That everybody's like, okay, now we can see why Miss Smith does not get to do handbag shows, because she does just as much shopping as all of our customers. And why not? Because as you can probably tell, and Patricia, when we've met and talked in person too, you know, I do not like to be a cookie cutter personality. I like to have my own distinctive flair, as it were. And so why should we carry handbags that look like everybody else's handbag? And you don't have to when you can select these wonderful opportunities. And here's another good example of that. Our Lucia, again, all in that leather. Love the shape on this one and all the hardware and the details. It is on sale as long as supplies last for $142.98. And Rick, if you could just kind of take me on a tour of what we have left in each color, that would be great. So map designs are another kind of distinctive selection from Patricia. So let's start with the map, if we can, since we're over here. So if you want the European map, we have only 400, okay? My Oxblood is over here. This is that's the British tan.
British tan.
Okay, British tan. Oh, wow, that's yummy. Okay, remember how I was talking about how I love me a green bag? Oh my goodness gracious, how cool is that? Now we're moving into some of the blues. The blue coral tooled, we have just 1,000 of those. Now here's the Oxblood. Patricia, when you've done the Oxblood, I just love that deep, that rich, that just, oh, you want to dive into that color. There's that Oxblood, and then only 300 on that Oxblood. And then, oh, this is cool, and only 300 in that smoke, too. So, Patricia, we'll go through some of the design details. Actually, can I back up to the map here real quickly, though? Now, this is another one of those kind of vintage inspired designs that you're kind of famous for, isn't it?
Well, and yes, when we first launched about 3 years into the brand, I had an Italian map. It's called our signature map. And women for years would ask me, why don't you find another map? Well, when we were all kind of in shutdown in COVID, this gentleman sent me this map from the 1740s, and it's a vintage map of Europe. And so we just launched this. We figured out how to reproduce it, keep all the authentic writing and territories on there. And we just launched it in December, and it is like hard to keep anything in stock. So here we did it on this Lucia bag for HSN, and it just looks amazing with that hand-laced leather. All that lacing on the side, Shannon, is done with an upholstery needle and laced in. It's not from a machine. It's not a whip stitching. It's literally lacing of that leather one by one by one.
Wow.
So, and then that latch on the front is from a vintage piece that I remember, a handbag when I was a teenager, that this used to be so popular, and I reproduced it in jewelry grade hardware, and it has like a mechanism that you can just feel it, how it kind of clicks into place.
It does.
So it's a really secure lock, but just really inspired. So it's a great little bag, and it's got an adjustable crossbody strap on it. It's just a fun bag.
It really is. It's such a cool little shape too. So it's about 9.5 inches by about 9 inches on the height, about 9.5 by 9 inches on the height, and then about little over 4 inches in the width. I'll turn that to the side so you can see the profile again too. And then that leather strap is adjustable 21 inches to 24 inches. And the thing that I like about this, Patricia, is when I said I like bags where I don't see myself coming and going. This is another one of those stylists' dream. I used to do celebrity reporting, and it's funny because even when you look at the magazines and you see all these celebrities who go to these shoots, they say models own jewelry. This star's own handbag from her personal collection, right? This is like that personal collection bag where it's like you had to know somebody who knew somebody who knew someone else who made these handmade bags. It's that kind of feel, isn't it?
It is. I mean, I remember bags like this when I was in the early 70s. You know, there would be all these tool bags. Some would come from Europe. Some would come from Mexico. Some would come from Canada. There was always somebody that was crafting on leather and, you know, doing this lacing and all that type of thing. And there would be these bags that weren't the huge bags or just what you needed. You know, that's, back then we really didn't even carry that much in our handbag. We just thought we needed one, right? And this is that kind of bag. So it's got the nostalgic feel. If you're a boho girl, if you like that just relaxed fashion, if you love tie-dye and you remember the days of, you know, backpacking across the country, this is that type of memory. And this is that kind of bag that, like you said, just makes you feel good. Remembering your past, remembering all those days and just kind of reliving them.
Girl, I did my own tie-dye, and I actually had a VW
There you
van.
go. There you go.
I did.
My brother had one too. My mom and dad weren't happy about it, but he had one.
Right, and then, you know, I had a VW Bug for a while. It's just like, oh, Lord. But I just want to show you again how you get these great little personalities that, oh man, there's the design detail in that beautiful jewelry quality mechanism. And then once more, you can see, of course, there's the Patricia Nash tooling, her signature logo, of course, that stitching that is just such a nice, but just a really cool touch. And this is the cool girl's bag. This is the girl who has that je ne sais quoi without trying too hard. That little sizzle, vajizzle, that little, yeah, I know I'm something, but I woke up this way. How about my bag?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, she can still rock those torn up jeans and, you know, that shorter t-shirt. I've met so many beautiful women, Shannon, when I do these personal appearances and such all over the U.S. And I know that woman. You know, that she still loves that fashion and that look, and she should, because she looks wonderful in it, and she's so confident and so comfortable and so happy in who she is. And that's the kind of, vintage bags inspire us and bring back those memories like, you know what? I still got it. I'm still cool. I can still rock this.
It's true. And, you know, Patricia, it's one of the things that, I should have mentioned more often during the show is this is the bag that your daughter wants to steal from you. This is the bag that your granddaughter will want to take from you. I mean, seriously, this is the cool grandma bag. But, you know, I don't want to suggest that it's only for those of us out there, you know, where this is not our first rodeo. When I say it's the cool bag, it's just the cool bag, done in the way that really no one else is doing. That's one of the things that just makes Patricia Nash's bags just, I keep saying, so cool, so unique, so distinctive, so just covetous, if you will. People just want to have a Patricia Nash bag because it's one of those things where women notice, men notice. But you know, Patricia, I'm gonna keep going back to this because even though I'm obviously in love with the shopper, and that's, you know, I'm a big bag girl, I'll just, you know, for the record, this is another one of those smaller scale bags with a big girl attitude, but it has to be practical, meaning I don't care how pretty something is, if it's heavy, if it's hard to get into, if it doesn't hold your stuff, if it's not secure. You know, it's just like, you're never gonna carry the bag, right? And this checks all the boxes.
Yes, you're so right. I say that so often, and that's why I always do things like a back pocket. When you bought this vintage bag, it didn't have a back pocket, you know, and it didn't have hardware that was so secure and functional, and it didn't have a deeper gusset on the bottom where you really could put things in it. It just, you know, because we have to be able to put our wallet in there, our essentials and things like that, and you can see from this opening that you can. It's one of those bigger, small bags that when you get it, you'll be like, oh, great, I can get what I need to in this bag. and still have that retro, old vintage styling that I love about this era in bags.
And you will too. Hey, let me do colors again, because I know we were trying to showcase some of the details. Of course, the European map is the most popular, no surprise there. That British tan, that tan tooled, so exceptional, so rich. I gotta tell you, can you tell I love my bright colors? I'm still torn between the cognac and that plum in my shopper, but the green, what a bag. There, of course, is the blue coral tooled, our Oxblood. We haven't seen a lot of the Oxblood choices during this show, but I love it whenever Patricia does that. And then there's that great little smoke. Limited quantities for sure, 772-826. And then Patricia, I know we mentioned this earlier. I love that you do the wallets. So if someone isn't brave enough to do that green bag,